Shalom Chavrim, I'm Steve Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live, and I'm sure there's a lot of people already wondering about this story here where the Iranian government shot down an American drone. We've saw all types of reports coming out already. First, President Trump tweeting out that Iran has made a big mistake. Now, Business Insider saying that, but a top Iranian general called it a clear message to the U.S. when President Trump was actually saying he believed that maybe it was an accident. So let's take a look at the article right here, and then we'll kind of go into some other issues here. A day after Iran downed a U.S. Navy RQ-4 Global Hawk drone flying at a high altitude, President Donald Trump said the attack was a mistake and that he found it hard to believe the attack was intentional, while also issuing cryptic messages about whether the U.S. would go to war with Iran. But the commander of the elite military unit that reports to Iran's supreme leader and already said it was intentional, a clear message that Iran would strike back against any U.S. aggression. You know, it's interesting as we watch these things, whether it be the drone strike, whether it be these oil tankers out in the Persian Gulf, Gulf of Oman that are being attacked. And as we brought out many of the intel reports in a very lengthy broadcast the other day, in fact, actually on patreon.com/Israeli News Live, we went a little bit even deeper on that issue there for you there to let you know what's really going on. But all these things have been cover stories, not so much the shooting down of the drone, but of the attacks by whether it be a, they've got a new, as this one here comes out, they have new evidence that the tankers had this landmine with a magnet there that was still stuck to the side of the ship, I guess supposedly when this thing blew off or something. I kind of find it interesting, though, they put this magnet here. That's probably the best evidence that they could have given that supports what we were showing you guys the other day. And that was the very same types of magnets that are used on the ladder magnets here. This is the air suction type there, but then you have the magnet type there as well. And of course, in the footage they're showing right here, they're showing about a 2-inch wide magnet, whereas these are bolted on, the others are welded on, and these are about 2-inch wide magnets that are attached on these ladder stabilization units there. In fact, I found on the website of the very company that makes it, where they show the demonstration, an animated demonstration of this system and how it actually works there. And of course, yes, you can also get them where they are welded on, not just bolted on magnets to it. So perhaps the Japanese are using bolted type, but there it is. The ladder comes down. They put these magnetic pieces on either side of the ladder there in order to secure the ladder so the ladder does not move around while they're trying to disembark the ship there. And yet now, the U.S. is trying to give us this fabricated story that this was actually landmines that were being on the side of the ship and they were having to pull them off. Anything people want to believe, who knows? People believe all kinds of garbage, I guess just, because it's easy to make people believe what you want them to make them to believe. But nonetheless, the whole issue is, though, now we've had a U.S. drone shot down over the Persian Gulf. U.S. says it was clearly in international waters. The Iranians are saying that it was not. It was actually in Iran territorial waters. Mr. Zarif, the former foreign minister of Iran, is saying that parts of the wreckage have been recovered out of Iranian territorial waters, which kind of gives me the indication that that could be disputed as to whether or not it was really in Iran's airspace or over international waters or international airspace. Because if it's dropping in the waters and not over land, then it lets you know that it could have been borderline either way. But Iran saying that they sent this as a clear message to the U.S. They're not going to tolerate their sovereignty to be violated. It doesn't sound like to me, though, that the drone really violated the airspace. Maybe it came very close and they just got a little bit trigger happy to shoot it down. But nonetheless, I believe that what's going to happen in the coming weeks there, the tensions will continue to grow. We'll see more and more escalations, more and more tit for tats. Some of this stuff will be fabricated, as we've already pointed out. Mossad training ISIS members to carry out attacks on the Persian Gulf there, according to one source that we have. And so I can see tensions continuing to grow, and eventually an all-out war will ensue in this region here. So what could I say? I'd say be stocked up, kind of like prepare for a hurricane, because if things hit the fan there, it could cause a reaction here in the United States as well, whether it be rising oil and gas prices, or a scarcity of gas at the pumps there, or even if there is retaliation where larger nations get involved. Always think of worst case possible scenario and prepare accordingly. But more important, stay close to Jesus Christ. We're seeing some very startling information coming in too as well. Definitely a new world order is on the rise there, and that 7 Noahide law implementation and throwing out some terminology. Me and Jan are going to have to come on together and share with you some of the latest information we've seen on this as well, and so that you'll be better prepared. That'll also air on Patreon. Hopefully we can run a little bit of it here live, as we did the broadcast just recently, but more and more those things are becoming a little bit more difficult to say openly. I'm Stephen Benoon. Thank you for watching. Thank you, moderators, for being there for us as well, to kind of make sure things run smoothly in the channel when we're live like this. We certainly appreciate your help tremendously. God bless you, and Erev Tov.